Hello everyone, this is Esther from Seller Centric. Welcome to our channel. Today I'm excited to talk about a topic which is often overlooked. However, I find it incredibly valuable, the brand metrics found in your Amazon advertising console. It provides a holistic view about the overall performance of your brand during each segment of the customer journey. To be honest, I found this information in the beginning quite overwhelming, but after digging in, I discovered some true insights in it, which I'd like to share with you today. Let's see now which are the segments of the customer journey, or also called the sales funnel. Right on the top, we find the awareness segment, in the middle, the consideration, and at the bottom, the purchase. And here we find a short definition for each segment. So we talk about awareness when somebody is searching for your brand but not engaging with it. Engagement would mean clicks, add to carts, and so on. So at this segment, this does not happen. So here we talk about impressions only. At the consideration level, somebody may have clicked on your product or may have added it to their cart but not completed the purchase. And at the bottom, we find purchases, which measures the number of shoppers who purchase from your brand, including the subscribe and save orders as well. Let's see now, where do you find your brand metrics data? So you should open your advertising console where you have this left-hand menu. Click on Insights and Planning and on Brand Metrics. This will take you to a page where you are going to see your funnel performance metrics. At first, you need to choose the brand you want to pull the data for, the product category, and the date range. Make sure to select a longer period because the data is more relevant for a longer period than for a shorter one. And the cool thing here is that you are going to see the data both for the current period and for the previous one, so you can clearly see where is your brand going. So here, if you click on View Detailed Metrics for your brand in this category, this will take you to a page where you are going to see your overall category metrics compared to your category medium and category top. So you will be able to compare your performance to your competitors, but for this you need to make sure that you have this show peer comparison active, because it will not show this comparison otherwise. So let's see what is your shopper engagement rate. So this is basically the percentage of total shoppers in your category that has engaged with your brand in the selected time frame. So these are the shoppers who clicked on your product, added it to their cart, or even purchased it. I will talk about the conversion rate later. And yeah, the new to brand customers metrics, this number is going to be pretty high for those brands who are not very well known or are not selling consumables. Regarding your conversion rate, I'd like to highlight three possible scenarios. The first one is when your conversion rate is lower than the category average. So it means that your competitors are doing better than you for some reason, and you need to find that reason. So you should try to optimize your listing. Look at your price. Is it competitive enough? Look at your reviews, your thumbnails, and your A+ content. The second scenario is when your conversion rate is higher than the category average, but you do not rank in the top 4 or 5 of your category. So in this case, you might just need to drive more traffic to your listing. So make sure that your PPC is aggressive enough, that you are using all possible ad types available on the platform, like also invest in video ads, in sponsored display ads, and so on. Okay, and the third scenario is when your conversion rate is higher than the category average and you rank in the top 5. So this is a very lucky situation. And your strategy in this case might depend on various factors, like, for example, on the current life cycle of your product and on your goal. So whether you just want to maintain the current situation or you might want to be more profitable. So this is the time when you can try to cut back on ads by paying attention that this will not affect your organic rankings. And if you want to dig really deep, you can pull this data on a search term level as well. So you can compare the conversion rate of certain search terms to your competitors. But for this, you need to access the search query performance report. I'm not going to go into details now because it's a slightly different topic. And yeah, now we should move on with our brand metrics. If you scroll down on the same page, you are going to see this full funnel analysis. And you will have here different metrics and a lot of data. So let's look at each segment in detail, starting with the awareness. So generally speaking, what is the brand awareness? So it measures a customer's level of familiarity with a certain product or brand or service. So basically, this is the first step in the customer's journey towards the purchase. And yeah, it's the first level of in the relationship of the customer with your product. However, under the brand metrics tab, the awareness, so this number measures only those customers who are searching for your brand but not engaging with it. So these are the customers who search for your brand but not clicked on the product, not added it to their cart, have not purchased it. So these are pure impressions. If you want to grow your brand awareness, what can you do? So first of all, you need to make sure that you are using all the possible ad types available on the platform, especially the sponsored brand campaigns, video ads, sponsored display campaigns as well. Yeah, you can also use the Amazon posts, which are a free way to attract more shoppers to your listing. And yeah, if you feel like you have maxed out all the possibilities within your advertising console, you can move towards external traffic like Google Ads, influencer marketing, social media ads, user-generated content, and so on. So your possibilities are endless. Moving further, we can analyze the data regarding the consideration segment. So let's repeat once again. Consideration means that somebody has searched for your brand and clicked on your product and may have added it to their cart but not completed the purchase. So if you want to grow these metrics, then you need to make sure that your main image and the whole product listing is already very well optimized. Here you have certain metrics. You've got the detail page view only metric, which might be very useful to look at. I will explain it later. You have these brand searches and detail page views, which is again very interesting. So this refers to those searches which include your brand name, and after searching for these terms, the shoppers also clicked on your product. So you want this number to be as high as possible, since usually these clicks have the highest return on engagement later on if they turn into purchases. An interesting thing to look at here is this number, your detail page views, in parallel to your customer conversion rate. Let's see, why is this useful? So first of all, because if you see that your detail page view is lower than the category average, but your conversion rate is higher than the category average, it might mean that there's a lot of market share to be taken by your product. So basically what happens here, the fact that your detail page view is lower than the average might mean that your click-through rate is not good enough and it could be improved, and your conversion rate is higher than your average. So customers are less likely to click on your product once they see it in the search result page or on competitors' listings. However, once they are on the listing, they are more likely to convert. So basically, you need to work on your click-through rate to bring more customers to your listing to grow your market share. How can you work on your click-through rate? So the three main factors that affect the click-through rate are the main image, the price, and the reviews. So once you have worked on some of these, or maybe all of these, your click-through rate should improve, and your chances to steal some valuable market share from your competitors are pretty high. Of course, a low detail page view metric could also mean that you have low traffic or not appearing at the right placement. So top of search placement has most often the highest click-through rate. So you should try to apply placement bits to bring your product in front of more shoppers and make them click on it. Because once they are on your listing, they are more likely to actually buy your product. And the opposite case is when your detail page views are higher than the category average, but the customer conversion rate is lower than the average. So in this case, this might mean that your click-through rate is pretty good. However, the conversion rate is not as good as the average. So in this case, you need to work on your listing because it is not convincing enough. So once the customers are on your product detail page, they just change their mind and look further for another product. So you need to optimize your listing by paying attention to your images, to the bullet points, to the A+ content, and also you need to make sure that you bring relevant traffic to your listing. So let's move on towards the bottom of the sales funnel where we can find information regarding the purchase segment. Here we can find a lot of valuable metrics we definitely need to look at. However, let's see at first what can you do to grow the number of your purchases. So the two most important factors might be the price and the reviews. However, there are other things which might be almost as important as these two. For example, your thumbnails. It is crucial to have high quality and informative images on your product listing. Let's see why. An interesting thing I found out recently is that approximately 90% of the information sent to our brain daily is visual. So this alone might be enough of a proof that we really need to focus and invest in our product images. And regarding this, we need to pay attention that the information we are trying to communicate with a certain image matches the information that the customers actually want to know about that product. So don't try to communicate information which might not be relevant to the shoppers only for you. And also, it is crucial that all of the information you are trying to communicate is easily understandable by the shoppers because they are not going to spend hours trying to understand what you want to say there. Here are some other factors to be taken into consideration if you want to grow your conversion rate, like adding a video for your product or UGC. Make sure that your bullet points are clear and easy to understand. Use premium A+ content if it's available for you. Make sure to answer the Q&A section, and you can also try adding virtual bundles. A cool thing to look at here is this index, which is showing your product's overall performance at a specific level of the sales funnel compared to your competitors. So in this case, for example, we see that this product, being a bestseller in its category, is performing better than 97% of the brands in this category. Another very important metric you are going to find here is this return on engagement for the last 12 months. So basically, this represents your customer lifetime value. So what is your customer lifetime value? It's the total revenue a particular customer can generate throughout their lifetime for your business. So this metric might be even more important than ACOS ROAS, especially for those brands who are selling consumable products. For us, this number is pretty low because this is a type of product that people buy once in like every 5 years or even more rarely. But this can be really important to look at for those brands who expect repeated purchases. So guys, this was all. Thank you for sticking around. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comment section. You can also reach out to us directly by using our website undersellercentric.net. I will also drop below the link to my LinkedIn profile. And yeah, thank you once again. If you like my video, don't forget to hit the like button. And you can also subscribe if you want to see more content like this. See you next time.